In 1992, the German newspapers Lippische Landeszeitung drew the logo of the European Community with the following caption: "The perfect European cooks like an English person, is self-controlled like an Italian, and is full of humor like a German." Obviously, it was an ironic comic strip with many images, each capturing or contradicting some well-known European stereotypes. The objective of this thesis is to understand how stereotypes impact the communication between two countries, and if we can get rid of it after having encountered the foreign culture. It will be taken into consideration Italy and Germany, highlighting cultural dissimilarities and the related stereotypes. A stereotype can be defined as a conventional, formalized and oversimplified conception, opinion or image, held in common by members of a group. It is a cognitive association of a social category with certain characteristics. In fact, we might expect that someone who possesses a stereotype about a group will attribute to every individual from that group the same relevant stereotypical characteristics. As opposed to prejudice, that is, an unjustified and negative attitude toward others because of their social category or group membership, a stereotype can be both positive or negative. One of the most recent studies on the development of stereotypes can be useful to understand the relationship between Italians and Germans. According to this study, stereotypes combine negative and positive beliefs about the outgroup, that is, the group which is different from the group identity, and they create two different levels of stereotype contents, that are the competence and the liking, usually in a negative correlation between each other. In fact, the outgroup could be perceived either as competent or as likable, but not as both. The well-known expression "Germans love Italians, but they do not esteem them. Italians esteem Germans, but they do not love them," describes perfectly their relationship. Stereotypes and prejudice impact our interpersonal relations and our perceptions. Stereotyping someone means attributing to that person some characteristics which are seen to be shared by all or most of his or her fellow group members. A stereotype is, in other words, an inference drawn from the assignment of a person to a particular category, but behaviors related to stereotypes cannot be considered as a standard or as typical of most people. Obviously, European relations are imbued with stereotypes and prejudice, but usually only those concerning Germans create a kind of wall between Germany and the rest of the world. Ironically, positive prejudice are those that cause mistrust and antipathy. In fact, Italians usually relate the word Teutonic to rigor, precision, and reliability. I created a survey with the aim of analyzing how Italians see Germans. The most spread adjectives used by Italians to describe a typical German were precise, detached, and strict, and the words mainly associated to Germany were beer, cold, and work. After that, Italians, when scoring some characteristics related to Germans, assigned the highest score to punctuality and the lowest one to liking. Furthermore, according to many Italians, Italy should take Germany as an example for its efficiency, seriousness, and compliance with the rules, whereas Germany should learn from Italians' cordiality and hospitality. According to the Italian Cultural Institutes in Germany, the German public opinion has a pretty positive view about Italy, even if sometimes many stereotypes that seem to be overcome re-emerge. Germans usually admire the natural and artistic attraction of Italy, as well as some virtues of Italians, such as their imagination and their artistic gifts. Although they love the Italian lifestyle, There is mental reservation for what concerns the Italian model of social and political organization. After an in-depth analysis of stereotypes about Italy and Germany, we can state that they depend for the most part on different cultures and traditions. Throughout history, Italy and Germany have had many similar traits, such as a tardive national unification, which was imposed from above, and an accelerated economic development managed by the state. After the Second World War, they shared a similar position from an economic and social point of view, but in the 70s the relation between the two countries changed, as seen on the cover of Der Spiegel magazine, which portrayed a P-38 gun over a plate of spaghetti. Italy and Germany are generally labeled on the basis of prejudice and stereotypes. Italy is usually known for its badly organized and corrupt state, and Germany for its almost perfect government. Italians are usually in late and get around the law, but at the same time they are often described as welcoming and creative people, very close to their family and traditions. By contrast, Germans, sometimes seen as detached and unpleasant, are admired for their precision and honesty. Psychology does not have reliable and objective criteria to describe Italians or German, and for this reason a German or an Italian, representing the typical characteristic of his country and culture, is analyzed. We will never fully understand others. Nowadays, the concept of identity has become unstable regarding both national identities, like the act of belonging to a country, and single identities. Myths and stereotypes play a prominent role in our perceptions. The contact hypothesis can be the best chance of clearing away cultural barriers and gaps.